Have you ever wondered if upgrading to JetBlue's Even More Space seats is the key to transforming your family's travel experience? Well, in today's adventure, we're diving into what these seats offer, the extra perks, and most importantly, are they worth the expense for your family's next adventure? JetBlue's Even More seats are, as the name implies, seats in the main cabin that give you even more room to stretch out than your average economy seat. Depending on which aircraft you're flying on, these seats will give you up to 7 inches more legroom. But that's not all. The Even More seats do come with a few more perks. One of the first ones you'll take advantage of even before you're anywhere near the gate. It's what JetBlue calls more speed. This is access to a priority screening line where available. The More Speed perk is available at over 30 airports, including their hub at New York's JFK Terminal 5. We have to note that buying an Even More seat isn't the only way to get priority screening where it's available. You can purchase priority screening as an extra when booking your flight, no matter where you're seated on the plane. More Speed is automatically included if you book at Blue Extra or Mint Fare, and it's no coincidence that these are the two most expensive seats you can buy on JetBlue. Your boarding pass will indicate that you have more speed when you check in. And it's important to know that if for any reason your entire group does not have more speed, they will not be allowed to join you in the priority queue. Here's your second perk with purchasing Even More Space. Once your flight is ready to board, you will be among the first passengers to board the flight. And if you carry on luggage like we do, I don't have to tell you how important it is to get the first crack at those overhead bins. The most important perk of these seats is the legroom. Depending on the type of aircraft you're traveling on, you'll get anywhere from 35 to 39 inches of legroom, and those are just the official perks.
So this is the Even More Space. You'll see that there's plenty of room to stretch out. I just have 2 bags here and it makes it hard to stretch out. But there's plenty of legroom here. Between my knee is here. It's probably about 12 inches between here and here. And for your littles, there's going to be even more space.
The other unofficial perk that we've noticed is that the majority of these seats are typically located toward the front of the aircraft. So not only are you among the first passengers on, you're also among the first passengers off of the plane. Interested in booking an Even More Space seat? Here's how. Once you've booked your base fare and it's time to choose your seats, this is where you'll be offered an opportunity to upgrade. One thing to note is that when we booked our upcoming multi-city trip through a travel agent, they could not upgrade our seats for us. We actually had to log on to JetBlue and handle this for ourselves. So make sure you're subscribed to find out where we're headed next. So, how much is all of this going to cost you? Well, the answer is it depends. On our trips down to Orlando and even on a recent trip to Texas, this cost us about $70 per ticket. But on our upcoming trip, this is costing us significantly more, and I suspect that this is due to the length of the flight. This time around, it's costing us $174 for the window seat, $168 for the middle seat, and $174 for the aisle. That's right, family. They are charging us based on the location of our seats. All in, for this trip, it's going to cost us an extra $500 for 6 inches more of legroom, on top of our $1,400 base fare for the 3 seats. So why are we doing this? We started traveling with our little guy on JetBlue before he was 2, and because of his age, we were able to board sooner and get first crack at those overhead bins. As soon as he aged out, we switched over to Even More because we could still board early, and we discovered that we had the much needed room to spread out with all of his things. And let's be honest, you may have noticed that we love an upgrade around here. If we can get a premium experience without having to break the bank, we go for it. And in this case, we get the same or a similar experience to Blue Extra or Mint passengers for less. And then there's the downside to this experience. JetBlue doesn't offer a lounge that's just for premium passengers. Now we know this is an economy plus airline and that's really not their vibe. At the same time, it would be nice if there was some dedicated waiting area for the extra expense. While JetBlue's terminal at JFK really is nice and well maintained, it would be great to have that private space for the extra cost. So yes, that's right, you've spent extra for the seats, and once you're on the plane, that's really all you get, is the seat. Don't expect a complimentary beverage, food item, or anything different than the rest of the passengers on board that plane. You'll be handed the same menu and get access to the same entertainment as everyone else on board. The lack of additional perks aside, the seats really are comfortable and we can stretch our legs and don't feel cramped even if the person in front of us chooses to recline. In all honesty, Even More seats are the only way we fly on JetBlue. For the extra cost, the perks that we do receive and the extra legroom are well worth it, especially on a longer flight. And we can tell you, having recently flown on an American Airlines flight without the extra legroom, the difference is noticeable. I no longer question the extra expense of paying for the legroom. So, if you don't want to spring for first class, and we rarely do, we feel this is the next best thing and the value received, in our humble opinion, is well worth the money spent. Let us know your experience on JetBlue with Even More Space. What do you think about the seats compared to economy? We hope that you've enjoyed stretching out in Even More Space seats with us. Be sure to check out our walk through Terminal 5, JetBlue's terminal at JFK. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so that you know when the next adventure begins. And no matter where your next adventures take you, we hope that you enjoy the journey. Bye now.